MB&F is Maximilian Büsser and Friends. I created it 8 years ago. After 14 years of creating beautiful traditional watchmaking, I had this dream, create three-dimensional kinetic art, which gives time. And as everybody's always been saying this is a work of art, I actually wanted to make it a work of art. So we deconstruct traditional watchmaking and reconstruct it into 3D machines which give time. It's called Unfriend because I just have the ideas and then I'm surrounded by 45 artisans, watchmakers, engineer, creators who transform that idea into a 3D machine which is impeccably engineered and finished and gives time. These people are all credited for their work. And they're never credited for their work usually. They are the silent heroes of our industry. Every time I create something, it opens a new door of ideas of other objects and ideas we can create. And it's not only watchmaking now. You've seen maybe the music machine we released this year, which was a music box we designed. We're now going into all sorts of different directions. Mechanical art, that's what it's all about. It doesn't have to be watchmaking, it's mechanical art. Mechanical watchmaking has no use whatsoever. It's something completely ridiculous. It's 10,000 times less precise than quartz, 1,000 times more expensive and 1,000 times less reliable. Now try and find a practical justification to buy a mechanical watch. There is none. It's a superb piece of art, of mechanical art, of craftsmanship. And that's what we do. Yes, you can read the time on it, but that's not the point. You don't go and buy an object which has taken 4 years of engineering, 18 months of handcrafting, a month and a half to assemble to have the time. I'll give you an iPhone, it's cheaper, go for it. Don't come and buy a beautiful mechanical watch because you think it's giving you time. In the last month, we've actually shown two very new products. One is Legacy 2, which is the first ever double flying balance wheel movement, which is what would we have done if we had lived a century or 2 centuries ago? And that's what came out of it. And we just launched in SalonQP here yesterday our red gold HM5 on the road again, which is a concentrated version of the 70s, which were my childhood. The cars I admired, the digital watch which I wanted to have, and the fact that every evening when my dad would come and say goodnight to me, I would always put my watch under the bedside table lamp to power up the tritium before he switched the light off, and we actually created therefore the first light convector ever in watchmaking. So you have a fantasy of what we would have done if we'd lived in the 19th century and what I lived when I was a kid in the 70s. Horological machine number 4, the Thunderbolt, where I had the prototype in my hand before we presented to anybody, and I told my team, you know what, I don't think anybody's ever going to buy this, but we still did it, and it took us 3 years and $3 million of investment, and my team looked at me as if I was crazy, and we did it. And out of the 96 we have made, there are I think 6 left at retail level. There are 90 people actually wearing that piece. So where I actually took the biggest risks aesthetically, emotionally, engineering-wise, and it actually worked out. MB&F is a life decision. It's not a business decision. It's actually a very bad business decision, but such a great life decision. I come from a family with no money, never expected ever to be a managing director, CEO of a luxury brand. I was very successful. I should have been happy and proud. And then my father passed away. That was 12 years ago. And that was a wake-up call where I sort of realized having regrets at the end of your life is the worst thing which can happen to you. And I realized I would have a ton of regrets, that I was always creating for other people to please them, and I was never creating what I believed in. And that had to be the next step in my life. It's a lot of my childhood, a lot of my childhood dreams and a lot of fantasies which have gone into creating what I do. They're my autobiography. Whatever I create, I don't create for anybody. I create for myself. It's a super selfish process. Then if somebody likes it, great. If they don't, okay. But that's the only way real innovation comes to life. Stop wanting to please other people. Please yourself.